The content you are about to hear may be graphic.
Hello.
Hello guys. Today I've got multiple videos picked out, but I'm scared. So we're going to do superstitions in this video. It's a long one. Scary. But we can read through it pretty quick. So with Friday the 13th just come and gone, I was curious on where the things we do every day without noticing, sometimes based on superstitions, come from.
Ooh. Oh, you took my idea.
Yeah,
I'm so
one or the other one. There's a few
proud.
that don't have it. I like script these out. I have several script out for it.
She's also crazy, so. In many cultures, there are many beliefs and superstitions.
So what is a superstition? According to dictionary.com, a superstition is a belief that is not based on reason or knowledge. It could also be an irrational fear.
That being said, though, not all irrational fears are superstitions, such as the fear of heights, crowds, or the dark, may not make sense. But they aren't usually superstitious. But some of them, such as the fear of the number 13, are superstitions.
I'm sure you have been told not to spill the salt. If you spill salt, you are supposed to throw a pinch of it over your shoulder to ward off bad luck.
Definitely a superstition. Research shows that salt was once used as a form of currency and worth a lot of money, so you wouldn't want to waste it.
An examination of Leonardo da Vinci's painting, The Last Supper, shows a canister of spilled salt by the arm of Judas, the disciple, that betrayed him and led to his crucifixion.
Oh my. Shut up. According to...
You're blocking your face.
I know! According to Mail Online by Tiki Headley Dent, that's such a weird name, salt then became a symbol of betrayal and evil. Throwing the salt over your left shoulder, the side associated with evil, is supposed to blind the eyes of the devil that is waiting there to confront you.
Dun, dun, dun. Other religious traditions hold that the devil hates salt and it can be used to ward him off. I know in Wicca it's used to keep bad spirits away. Like you put it in your windowsill and by your doors.
Well, look, it's supernatural. They put salt around, a circle of salt protects you from your friends. It protects you from your enemies. Protects you and your friends from your enemies. I know what I meant to say.
Salt around me to protect me from you.
I'm going to put salt up your ass.
PG-13.
How's that going to feel? Okay. I know where I am. Friday the 13th. Many don't like number 13 and will avoid it in all parts of their lives. Hotels have been known to skip that number when they are numbering their floors just to remove the fears of the superstitions.
Some think that the origin comes from the Last Supper when 13 came to dinner and the outcome wasn't great for Jesus or Judas.
What she said. But it turns out that according to a 2009 Time magazine article by Claire Sudoff, suspicions and fears about the number 13 can be found as far back as the Code of Hammurabi. Number 13 is conspicuously absent from the code. So, I just butchered the shit out of whatever word that was, and I apologize. Yeah.
Hammurabi.
Whatever.
Well, I'm correcting you this time.
Shut up.
It may have come from the Middle Ages during the Crusades, according to History.com, and an article by Jenny Kahn. King Philip had many of the French members of the Knights Temple arrested and tortured on October 13th, 1307.
What she said. Put that somewhere. So, some hold that our fear of Friday the 13th stems from that day, but modern references to Friday the 13th fears don't really show up in literature and other sources until a bit later.
I'm gonna need for the next video.
What?
According to the Time magazine article, Friday the 13th, superstitions in America began to gain popularity after the publication of a 1907 book called Friday the 13th, which featured a plot of businessmen trying to crash the stock market.
Dun dun dun. Another resurgence of the Friday the 13th superstition came about in the 80s with the creation of the movie series of the same name featuring the mysterious and scary Jason, who was born on, you guessed it, Friday the 13th. What? It was funny. Shut up.
So now we're talking about one of my favorite creatures.
Oh,
Black
Lord.
cats. Poor cats and their bad reputation. People actually hurt them because they're bad luck or won't adopt them.
I like black cats. They're awesome. Rescue organizations such as Black Cat Rescue in Boston, then it gives a freaking web address, blackcatrescue.com, are working to change the image and harmful superstitions surrounding black cats. Yeah, like, what the hell? It's just a cat. Like that.
However, in places like Japan and Great Britain, black cats are considered good luck.
Must be the track coach. It's now school's out. According to Hearts.com, that's HARTZ, our American fear of black cats stemmed back to our early Puritan roots. The article, How Black Cats Came to Halloween, explains that in those times black cats were associated with witches and the devil.
Don't you know? Are they right?
Yeah.
As we know from the Salem witch trials, the Puritans took their witch hunts very seriously. They even burned black cats on Shrove Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, to rid the house of evil spirits. I don't know why it's called Fat Tuesday.
There's a reason. I don't remember what it is.
Just prejudice against fat people.
Even though the witch hunts of the Puritan style are no longer, the idea of black cats being associated with evil has persisted as a lingering superstition from a darker time in our history. Dun, dun, dun.
Step on a crack, break your mother's back.
Oh, Lord.
Step on a line, break your mother's spine. Step on a hole, break your mother's sugar bowl.
I thought it was supposed to be father's spine.
Step on a nail, your dad goes to jail. I always thought that one was stupid.
I think they're all stupid. I know where I am. They're not... Okay, they are not sure where exactly this poem and superstition came from. That was ridiculous for me to say. The tiniest little scripted part ever.
I could put just the. According to Smart Alex Guides, the rhyme can be seen in 19th and 20th century children's poems, and may have just been a convenient rhyme for skipping or jumping rope.
Or something. Do all the teenagers come down here to hang out? Variations of the rhyme, including ones with a racial undercurrent, developed over the latter half of the 20th century, as unfortunately many rhymes were in the day.
There's so many racial, poems and stuff.
Please don't say them.
Why would I? broken mirror, according to wisegeek.com, the Romans actually invented the earliest mirrors because it was such a strange creation. They believed that the reflection you saw not only represented you, it was also you in a sense that a portion of your soul is trapped in the mirror world. So if the poem break the mirror, you get 7 days bad luck or 7 years bad luck or whatever.
If the mirror were to break, your soul could possibly be trapped in this broken world. And a broken soul, of course, equals bad luck.
I would consider death, but that works too. The Romans also believed that the bodies went through a renewal process every 7 years, so that is why it would take 7 years for the soul to heal from the tragedy. How tragic.
Crossing your fingers. People cross their fingers for luck or to absolve themselves when they tell a lie. I never really understood that one.
We will now. According to Women's Day magazine, in an article by Catherine Davis, crossing your fingers may date back to pre-Christian times, when people believed that the intersection of shapes were where spirits resided, so they would create that intersection by crossing fingers, one finger from each person.
Okay. It's also commonly known that archers would cross their fingers for luck during the 100 Years' War. Again, very small part of the script.
The most common thought about crossing your fingers derives from the earliest day of Christianity. When Christians were facing persecution, fellow Christians would use the crossed fingers as a sign of Christianity and solidarity.
Like its predecessor, it was usually the crossing of one finger from each hand and not the single person gesture that we use today. So it was more like this and not like this, which makes more sense.
I lost their spot. Blooper! Crossing fingers while lying originate is not clear and may stem from the same sources, needing a bit of luck to get away with the lie.
Knocking on wood. According to Matt Sonyak of Mental Floss, that's not wood, the idea of knocking on wood may have developed out of pagan religions that literally worship trees and believed that deities or spirits inhabited them.
Actually, they believe grass had a spirit. They believe.
Well, Wiccans believe that everything has a spirit.
They may have either been knocking on wood to keep the bad spirits from hearing about their fortune and reversing it, or to thank the spirits for their continued good luck.
Or just be weird. In most religions, pride is not considered a virtue, and Sonyak points out that not letting the spirits think you were too full of yourself was probably a good thing.
Okay. Walking under a ladder while walking under a... Okay. We're talking about walking under the ladder. While walking under a ladder might very well be a safety concern. After all, it could fall, or objects on the ladder could fall off and hit a person walking under. I don't do that one. I don't like to walk under the ladder.
Yeah, it's a safety hazard. That's the only thing I have a problem with. According to LiveScience.com, the belief that walking under a ladder would bring bad luck could be traced back as far as ancient Egyptians.
Since a ladder leaning against a surface formed a triangle, and triangles were sacred shapes to them, walking through that triangle was a sign of disrespect to the gods.
Christians later associated ladders with bad luck since one was said to be leaning against the cross during the crucifixion.
To each their own. cementing the belief in Europe was the practice of making those sentenced to death by hanging to walk under a ladder on the way to their sentence. So it's not bad enough that you're not being hung for something probably stupid.
Let's make it bad luck, too.
Let's make you go under the ladder, too.
Birthday cake candles. Believe it or not, the tradition of birthday candles can be traced back to the times of the ancient Greeks, who used the candles on the cake and the smoke created as a gift to the gods.
Why is this folded weird? Anyway. According to a July 2011 article from the Examiner by Benjamin Clough, the myth stated that Artemis, daughter of Zeus, also known as Diana in Roman tradition, asked for 6 wishes when she was born, literally her birthday. So how on your birthday are you gonna, I don't know, it's mythology. Who knows?
Maybe she's a goddess.
Well, it says she's a goddess. But how
Okay,
does she
then.
talk?
If she's a goddess, then she could talk. She's a goddess. One of her wishes was for chastity, but out of that grew her patronage over expecting and young mothers.
She's the goddess of young mothers.
Okay.
In a tribute to the goddess, as she watched over the young mothers, moon cakes would be made and lighted, I should say lit, candles added to the top. These cakes were presented to the goddess on her birthday, which was the 7th day of Theragalin, a month somewhere around our modern May and June.
Oh. Really now?
They had such cooler names back then.
The icing on the cake, so to speak, of our modern tradition of blowing them out in one breath comes from the practice of blowing out the candles on the moon cake in one breath, sending the largest plume of smoke and an homage to the adored goddess.
This is one I don't do either. It's bad luck to open an umbrella indoors, although some people suggested it started with the superstitions of the pharaohs in ancient Egypt. Most historians trace the beliefs back to Victorian times when the clumsy opening mechanism of metal-spoked umbrellas would be a legitimate indoor hazard.
There's been no proof that that's a thing anymore. Hang a horseshoe on your door with the open end for good luck. During the Middle Ages, people thought witches and feared horses and would shy away from any sign of them. Oh, during the Middle Ages, people thought witches feared horses and would shy away from any sign of them. For this reason, they attached horseshoes to their houses in this manner. Okay.
So we talked about Friday the 13th. Now it's just, for some reason, they have a separate section for just the number 13, which kind of blends into the other one. Is unlucky, also known as Teskaphobia, fear of the number 13, originates in Norse mythology when 12 gods were having a dinner, and then Loki and the god of strife and evil crashed the party and ultimately caused the death of Balder, one of the gods. So 13's a crowd.
There's like a saying that's like, we're 13 dying, something about the divine, I forget.
Hey, mother messaged me for some reason.
Finding a 4-leaf clover is lucky. Celts. Jesus, is it Celts or Celts?
Sorry guys, Celts probably.
Try one more time.
Ah!
Before you hit play.
There we go.
Wait, is it still doing it?
No.
It's still going?
It's going now.
Finding a 4-leaf clover is lucky. The Celts believed that 4-leaf clovers were powerful objects and they could be used to ward off evil.
Rishi came upon a shooting star. In the 1st century, Ptolemy theorized that shooting stars resulted from gods peering down over Earth.
The P is silent. It's Ptolemy. What?
Why is language so difficult?
I don't know why language is so difficult. Holding your breath while passing a cemetery. This is typically attributed to the fairly obvious connection between breathing and life. In some Native American cultures, breathing near the dead was risky because you might inhale somebody's soul.
Or how about the disease they just had, like tuberculosis?
Yeah, that's the main reason I'm thinking.
Throwing coins that are found for luck. This started with the ancient Romans, and they continued with the cults. Some theorize that they may have been the act of appeasing the water gods. Like I said, they had gods for everything. The grass had gods, the trees had gods, the asphalt has gods.
Wishing on dandelions. Once again originating in Celtic mythology, it was believed that dandelions could cure diseases brought by fairies.
I believe in fairies.
I believe in fairies. Clap if you believe in fairies.
Putting hats on a bed is bad luck. Some cultures used to believe that bad spirits lived in people's hair and therefore in their hats as well.
Never heard that before. It's lucky for a bride to see a chimney sweep on her wedding day. In 1066, King William was about to be run over by a carriage, but was saved by passing chimney sweep. The king invited him to his daughter's wedding, and chimney sweeps are still seen to be lucky to this day. Considering there's no chimney sweeps anymore,
they still have them because they still have chimneys.
And now you just use a log that breaks up the stuff. You don't have to have a chimney sweep.
Seeing the bride on the wedding day is bad luck. This was seen as bad luck because it was worried that if the bride saw the groom, she might get cold feet. Which, I mean, if you just met your bride for the first time and it was an arranged marriage, I'd have cold feet too.
Yeah. Oh, he's ugly. I gotta go. Carrying the bride over the threshold in Western cultures, it was seen as bad luck for the bride to trip while entering her new home, so the groom would just carry her. Should we pause this?
Just message her on yours. A rabbit's foot brings good luck.
I don't know what was said.
She's calling me. Tell her we're doing a video.
Oh.
Ignorance. A rabbit's foot brings good luck. During the 7th century BC, the rabbit came to be considered a talisman symbol, and its left hind foot was a way to benefit from the rabbit's luck. See, I've had a rabbit's foot before.
Damn it.
But I'm weird.
Bird droppings on your head for luck. This belief possibly stems from the idea that if you had bad fortune, the tide will soon turn in your favor. I've actually had a bird poo on my head.
I've never.
Like, from above. Like, from high above. I was like, what the hell? Why did I just feel wet doing it on the back of my head? It was gross.
Wearing the wedding ring on the 4th finger of the left hand, granted this has become more convention and tradition than superstition. It started when the Romans dissected corpses and found that a certain slender sinew or nerve seemed to run from the finger directly to the heart.
Sinew.
That's what it's called, sinew.
Sinew. That's what you said at first. Sinew.
It runs all the way through here.
Wishbones being associated with luck. The ancient Etruscans would use chickens in their divination rituals. My left side is getting soaked.
Then roll up your window.
I don't want to be hot.
People thought that even after the chicken died, one could still benefit from the oracle's magic by holding the wishbone.
Should I have messaged her? I mean, like, text message her? Because she doesn't usually do that.
She uses that.
Lighting the cigarettes with one match is unlucky. This is said to have...
3 cigarettes.
Lighting 3 cigarettes with one match is unlucky. This is said to have originated among soldiers who thought that by the 3rd cigarette, a sniper would have time to find them.
Makes sense.
That really makes sense. That's not really a superstition. That's more of a safety hazard.
Others say that match tycoon Ivor Kruger came up with the superstition to increase business.
Now matches are free, so.
Not always.
You can, well, it used to be you could walk into a bar and just get a package of matches. Placing shoes on the table. Years ago, when a miner died, his shoes would be placed on a table. This allegedly led to the superstition that putting shoes on the table brings bad luck. I was just told it was unsanitary.
Yeah, it's just gross. It's just like you don't wear them to bed. Always, God bless a sneeze. In most English-speaking countries, it is polite to respond to another person's sneeze by saying God bless you. Or like you, Godzilla.
I got that from a meme. It was funny, so I just took it. Though incantations of good luck have accompanied sneezes across disparate cultures for thousands of years, all largely tied to belief that sneezes expelled evil spirits. Our particular custom began in the 6th century A.D. by explicit order of Pope Gregory the Great and terrible. Oh, great. A terrible pestilence was spreading through Italy at the time.
Great.
The first symptom was severe, chronic sneezing, and this was often quickly followed by death.
Pope Gregory urged the healthy to pray for the sick, and ordered the light-hearted responses to sneezes such as, may you enjoy good health, be replaced by the more urgent, God bless you. If a person sneezed when alone, the Pope recommended that they say a prayer for themselves in the form of, God help me.
Godzilla,
help me.
Saying God bless you is also believed to date back to 1665 when the Black Plague took over Europe. Violent sneezing was noted to be one of the end-stage symptoms of it before death. Before death.
Thus, the Pope made it law that anyone who sneezed must be blessed as the individual's death was imminent.
No! I better not sneeze, I might die. During that same era, everyone was mandated to cover their mouths with their hand or a cloth, so as not to further spread the disease. That's just common fucking sense.
Not back then.
Okay, well, it should have been.
There are other superstitions surrounding sneezing. When someone sneezed, it was either a sign of good fortune or an omen of bad luck that dated back to the early Greeks, Roman, and Egyptians. They believed that a sneeze was their own personal prophet, forewarning them of danger and forecasting future good and evil.
Ooh.
She's calling again.
I messaged her, and then I texted her, and she's not answering me. Additionally, one would be congratulated upon sneezing because the evil spirits were freed from embodiment. It was also believed at that time that a sneeze during a conversation revealed the truth of a statement. Maybe you should just answer. Just turn that off and answer. Alright.
Sorry, guys. My mom kept calling. I guess she's getting food.
We're at the very bottom.
In 17th century England, if a sneeze was heard, it was customary for all who were nearby to remove their hats, courtesy or bow, and wish God bless you. There's you a long one. You were completing out the short one.
Yay! As time went on, in the 1800s in England, a rhyme was penned that described the outcomes of sneezing on the various days of the week. Sneeze on Monday, sneeze for danger. Sneeze on Tuesday, kiss a stranger. Sneeze on Wednesday, sneeze for a letter. Sneeze on Thursday, something better. What? Sneeze on Friday, sneeze for woe. Sneeze on Saturday, a journey to go. Sneeze on Sunday, your safety seek. For Satan will have you for the rest of the week. So, don't sneeze today because I'd be sneezing and there'd be danger. See, what I need to do is sneeze on Tuesday so I can kiss a stranger. I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's not very bright in here.
No, it's not.
Sorry, you guys. New car. I'm just not gonna do it again.
I just thought it might help.
Some other superstitions.
Want to try again? Blooper!
We have a lot of bloopers in our videos. We just don't edit them. We just leave them.
Because who cares?
Of course, I figured out a way to add pictures, but I kind of like showing you the pictures on our phones. Some other Some other superstitions with respect to sneezing are commonly seen throughout the literature.
Literature. Are you drunk?
Which they include the following. It is good luck to sneeze between noon and midnight.
You okay over there? It is bad luck to sneeze while getting dressed in the morning because bad luck will be with you during the whole day. Just the whole thing.
It is a good omen for the whole family if the family cat sneezes. Well, Valentina sneezes a lot, so we're good.
It is also good luck if two people sneeze at the same time. That actually happens to me a lot. How come I have such terrible luck?
I've been cursed since past lives. Which I think I'll do a video of past lives, you guys, just so you know. A lot of videos like that. It is bad luck to turn your head to the left while sneezing, but good luck if you turn your head to the right.
Oh, that's why I have such bad luck.
We gotta contradict our bad luck. I work night shift, you guys. I'm tired.
It is also bad luck to sneeze 1 or 3 times. Oh, great. That's why I have such bad luck. I always sneeze in 3s. Always. However, sneeze twice, and it is an omen of good luck. I sneezed twice the other day. Did we have a good day that day?
Why'd they take my car then?
That was after they took your car.
Well, we got this car then. In Japan, sneezing once is that someone is speaking kindly about you. Twice is that someone is not speaking highly of you, and 3 times is that someone is speaking
Speaking.
is speaking despairingly about you, and 4 times is the sign of a cold. Crickets.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, baby. Ooh, boobs. What? You had it aimed at your boobs.
Really?
This is a long one. Ugh. Okay.
A lot of mine are going to be long because I like to...
Did you finish it? Yeah. Number 7 is most often associated with good luck. It is believed that the importance of the number 7 began in ancient times. Now, see, 13 is my good luck, and then 7 is my second good luck.
I don't think I have a good luck. Because I was born on February 13th. So.
She is good luck. To everyone but
During
herself.
that time before the invention of the telescope, only 7 planets were visible in the skies. The Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter. This may explain why many ancient cultures adopted 7 gods or deities.
The ancient Greeks thought the number 7 to be extremely lucky.
That's why you're a Greek.
I'm a Greek.
Pythagoreans considered the number 7 to be a perfect number. There were 7 ancient Roman and Egyptian gods.
Pythagoreans.
I like it.
It's Pythagoreans. Hinduism recognizes 7 major chakras, energy centers in the human body.
The Arabs built 7 holy temples.
What?
The Arabs built 7 holy temples.
In Japanese tradition, there are 7 lucky gods that bring good fortune. There is also a belief that 7 ancient Buddhas exist.
Okay. References to the number 7 appear many times in the Bible. Old Testament, for example, God created the world in 6 days, and the 7th day was the Sabbath, or the day of rest. King Solomon's temple took 7 years to build. Even 7 years is considered a holy year in the Hebrew Torah. Israelites during the Battle of Jericho were told that marching around the walls of the city, even city 7 times, would ensure the victory, and its walls would come tumbling down. The Kabbalah 7-knot red string bracelet to protect from the evil eye and negative thoughts, and in Jewish tradition, the deceased are mourned for 7 days, which is known as sitting Shava. Shava literally means
Shiva.
7.
The word is Shiva. Sitting
Am I
Shiva.
being rude?
I'm not being rude. Why did you read all of that? Why didn't you break that up into little bits?
I don't know. I was tired.
As far as the Christian Bible New Testament, examples of the number 7 are abundant. 7 seals in Revelation, 7 sacraments, 7 stars, 7 deadly sins, 7 last plagues, and 7 heavenly virtues. Like I give a shit about the 7 Bibles. Sorry.
Even to gamblers, the number 7 is lucky. 3 sevens make a jackpot, a big payout on a slot machine, and a winner in the game of craps. The opposite sides on a dice and up to 7. Add up to 7.
On July 7th, 2007, that'd be 777, y'all. The casinos were full up as hopefuls tried to beat the odds on this lucky date.
The number 7 has been and still is universal. Here are some examples: 7 wonders of the world, 7 seas, 7 continents, 7 hills of Rome, 7 notes in a musical scale, the 7th inning stretch, a baseball game, 7 colors in a rainbow, 7 spots on a ladybug, always a good luck symbol. 7 days of the week, 7-year itch, Snow White, 7 dwarfs. Also, it is believed that the 7th child of a 7th child will be psychically gifted. But I'm not the 7th child of 7th child, so how am I psychically gifted?
I'm the first child of 5? Of a first child? No, I'm the first child of a first child. What are you? I've heard that that's good luck too.
I'm the first child of a 3rd child.
Oh.
I'm the first child of my grandparents. The ones that together.
First grandchild.
Of them together.
For the most part, the number 7 is associated with good luck. However, in the Chinese culture, it symbolizes death.
Seeing a hearse. Since the time of horse-drawn hearses, a common belief was that if you saw a hearse, and you would be the next to die.
I don't see how that works out.
Which is like if you catch a bouquet, you're the next to marry.
Again, I don't understand how that works out. To avoid such a horrible curse, in Victorian times it was believed that holding a button could ward off this demise.
My last name is Button, so in German, so if you hold me, it's good.
You're my button.
Others held a button until they saw a bird. Some people would go as far as to hold their breath close their eyes, and put their feet up in the air.
Another old belief is that a hearse drawn by 2 horses, especially white ones, signified a death would happen in the neighborhood in the very near future. Then why would you pull it with 2 white horses? Ever.
One of the more interesting traditions about hearses passing by is taken from Japanese culture. Hiding one's thumb in a fist while the hearse passed was done to protect the parents from an early death. The thumb is a representation of the parent finger, called yowayabi in Japanese.
So hiding your thumb up your ass would be good luck too.
Good job!
Another superstition is based on which direction you see the hearse moving. The hearse is moving towards you and empty is considered good luck in some parts of the U.S.
Where? Texas? Nothing here is Texas. It was just supposed to be funny, you guys. In other areas of the U.S., it could bring on 3 days of good or bad luck. On the other hand, if a hearse is empty and moving away from you, you are close to death.
Okay. Some people believe that if they see their reflection in the window of a hearse, it's a bad sign. You could see your reflection in the window of everything.
You believe this one, I think. Penny. Finding a penny is commonly considered good luck.
Only if it's set up. Remember the rhyme, find a penny, pick it up, all day long you'll have good luck?
The origins of this superstition may stem from ancient times when metals were believed to offer protection from evil and harmful spirits to those who possessed them.
Then again, if I find a penny, it's good luck because that's a penny more than I had yesterday. When cultures began using coins as currency, obviously those who had more of them were considered wealthy. The accumulation of money translated into good fortune.
If you wear your glasses, you wouldn't have to pay for circles.
I don't like to wear my glasses. They hurt my nose.
Oh, good on you, though. Some people believe that different outcomes will occur if the penny is found either heads up or down. Is she heads up?
If the penny is heads up, you may freely and joyfully pick it up and experience good luck. If the penny faces tail up, you can pick it up and turn it over for the next person. Just do not take it with you because you will be bringing yourself bad luck.
But you can turn it over.
Some people, no. Okay.
Some believe that the penny you pick up should be passed along to someone else. The same day to ensure your own good luck. Asshole.
That worked out better than I thought it would. Others believe the penny superstition may have evolved from a pagan ritual. See a pin and pick it up. All day long you'll have good luck. This lucky pin would then be used in a good luck incantation.
A lot of things are pagan or Wiccan related.
I don't know what I just said.
Exactly when the change occurred to use the word penny in the rhyme is not known, but we do know that both a pin and a penny are metal, and that may be the common thread between the two.
And that she's insane. Another ritual associated with the penny is that a bride should put a penny in her shoe to ensure a happy and prosperous marriage.
God damn it. We're having really bad luck today, you guys. Talk about superstitions.
Okay, so what superstitions do you believe in?
That's in yellow dick.
Yeah, but you weren't taking it.
So what superstitions do you believe in? Like and subscribe. What should we do next?
Please help me.
Did you have any bad luck on Friday the 13th, you guys? Like and subscribe.